Welcome to the channel about news from around the world. While you subscribe and like it, we're going to start.
Today, Erdogan finally shed all his masks and showed Russia his true face. Having let the murderers and international criminals go to all four sides, the one for whom Russia was so much worried yesterday decided not to stop there and said that the grain deal will be extended regardless of whether Moscow signs the agreement or not. In general, our country today is afflicted with a global disease, historical forgetfulness. And the story of the Turkish moustache is a clear example of this. As soon as we did not praise Erdogan, we called him a friend, and worried for him at the elections, and gave him as much help as possible to eliminate the consequences of the earthquake, but he taught us a history lesson. He reminded us how right our ancestors were, who fought with Turks 12 times. No one in Russia ever believed their words, as they always knew that any Turk would stab a Russian in the back at the first opportunity. So what our Turkish friend decided to undertake? As we know, the grain deal expires on the 17th of July. If Russia does not prolong it, the security of sea corridors for ships and guarantees of uninterrupted grain supplies will be taken over by the Turkish Navy. In other words, as soon as the 17th of July comes and Russia does not extend the grain deal, which in Erdogan's dreams has an open-ended character, the Turkish leader will immediately announce that the Turkish Navy will escort grain ships across the Black Sea. And here arises a quite natural question: what next? What will Russia do in this case? Will it attack the Turkish fleet? It is worth noting that the Kremlin has not yet commented on Erdogan's statement, only referring to the fact that in fact, the current agreement has not yet expired, so it is too early to talk about anything. It is obvious that right now in the capital there is a fierce underhand fuss going on. After all, not without reason, shortly before the arrival of the comedian in Istanbul, Roman Abramovich arrived in Moscow. According to available information, the former owner of Chelsea Football Club brought with him an agreement where Russia is offered to prolong the grain deal, and in exchange it will be given the opportunity to export 30% of the total volume of fertilizers, which were originally provided for in the grain deal. Well, a czarist gesture, nothing to say. But to all appearances Abramovich got what is called a turnaround, and left for his new Turkish master with nothing to eat. Apparently, this is the reason for Erdogan's sharp increase in rates. The realization of this scenario may bring Russia and Turkey closer to the 13th direct armed conflict in the history of the existence of the two countries. In general, the Turks have always behaved this way. They lose a war to the Russian Empire, conclude a peace treaty, and start preparing a new war again.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested, subscribe and leave a comment.